We've all been there, thinking about our dog when we're away, wondering if they miss us as much as we miss them. Do they think about us when we're not around? How much do they actually remember when we're gone? Is your dog waiting by the door for your return, or is it just another day for them? In today's video, we're diving into a question we all want the answer to. What do dogs really remember about us while we're away? Get ready to learn how deeply dogs feel separation, and how their sense of time and memory can give us some heartwarming and maybe even surprising insights into their love for us. 1. How do dogs perceive time? The first thing we need to understand about dogs is that their perception of time is completely different from ours. We measure time by the hour, minute, and second, constantly relying on clocks and schedules. But dogs, they don't have a pocket watch hidden in their fur. So how do they know when you'll be back? Here's the interesting part. Dogs rely on their incredible sense of smell to help them understand when it's time for something, like food or your arrival home. They're tuned into the subtle changes in the air throughout the day, and familiar scents, like the smell of your dinner cooking or your morning coffee brewing, help them gauge time. So, when your dog catches a certain shift in the air, they might just know it's time for your return, even though they can't read a clock. This is why they seem extra eager at certain times, even without you saying a word. Their sense of smell has given them a different kind of awareness of time, even if they don't understand it in the same way we do. So now we know how dogs perceive time, through their senses, not numbers. But what about the deeper question? Do they actually miss us when we're gone? The answer is yes, and science backs this up. A 2011 study from the Journal of Comparative Psychology found that dogs exhibited high levels of excitement when reunited with their owners, especially after prolonged absences. And this excitement isn't just a casual greeting, it's a true emotional reaction. Dogs clearly recognize the difference between the time they spend alone and when their owner returns. The longer they've been apart, the more intense the reunion. This finding doesn't just tell us that dogs miss us, it shows us that they form lasting emotional connections with us just like family members. And it's not just about their happiness when we come back, it's about their sense of attachment, something that lingers even when we're not around. 3. How dogs react when you leave. For some dogs, being apart from their owners isn't a big deal. They simply settle into their routine, taking naps, chewing on their favorite toys, or watching the world go by. But just because they're not pacing around or whining doesn't mean they aren't aware of your absence. They might not express it outwardly, but they still notice. For other dogs, however, the absence of their owners can cause significant stress. Dogs with separation anxiety might spend hours pacing, whining, or even destroying furniture in an effort to cope with the anxiety of being left alone. Studies on separation anxiety suggest that dogs with a particularly strong attachment to their owners are more likely to experience this form of distress. So while it may be tough to hear, it's a sign that your dog loves you deeply and doesn't want to be apart from you. Now, let's address the burning question. How long does your dog actually remember you when you're away? You might assume that after a long period of absence, your dog might forget you. But the truth is, your dog's memory works a little differently than ours. Unlike human memory, which is often episodic, tied to specific events and times, dog memory is more associative. Their memories are rooted in emotions, smells, and experiences, not specific dates. This means that no matter how much time passes, as long as they recognize your scent, the bond remains. In fact, dogs can recognize you even after years apart, simply by picking up on your unique scent. So, if you leave your dog with a friend or family member for an extended period, there's no need to worry. Their memory will be triggered the moment they smell you, and that bond will be rekindled in an instant. 5. Understanding separation anxiety in dogs. Separation anxiety is something that many dogs experience, especially those who are very attached to their owners. For these dogs, the emotional distress of being left alone can lead to unwanted behaviors like excessive barking, chewing, or even self-harming behaviors. It's painful to witness, but it's important to understand why it happens. When your dog experiences separation anxiety, it's a clear sign of how deeply they're attached to you. It's not just a case of being clingy or needy. Research has shown that dogs with separation anxiety often have a stronger attachment to their owners, and this bond can make being apart difficult for them. The love and trust they have for you creates such a deep emotional connection that being without you can cause significant distress. 6. How to help your dog with separation anxiety. If your dog struggles with separation anxiety, there are ways to help. One of the most effective strategies is creating a consistent routine. Dogs love routine and thrive on it. If you stick to a regular schedule for feeding, walks, and even departures and arrivals, your dog will feel more secure in knowing what to expect. Another helpful tip is to keep your goodbyes low-key. While it might be tempting to shower your dog with affection before you leave, this only heightens the emotional intensity of the separation. Instead, try to make your departures as calm and uneventful as possible. This will help your dog feel more at ease with your absence. 7. Dogs use scent to remember and recognize you. One of the most fascinating aspects of how dogs remember us is their extraordinary sense of smell. Dogs can remember us by our scent, and it's one of the strongest ways they identify us. Their noses are 40 times more sensitive than ours, which means they can detect the subtle changes in scent that happen throughout the day. Even if you're away for weeks or months, your dog will still recognize your scent as soon as they come into contact with it, and that's why dogs often react with such joy when reunited with their owners. Your scent brings back memories and emotions that trigger their affection. 8. Using positive reinforcement to help with separation anxiety. If your dog struggles with separation, one of the best things you can do is focus on positive reinforcement. This involves rewarding your dog for calm behavior when you're not around, rather than punishing them for destructive behavior. By reinforcing the behaviors you want to see, you can help alleviate some of their anxiety and build their confidence when they're alone. Use things like puzzle toys, treat dispensers, and interactive games to keep them busy and engaged when you're away. Over time, they'll learn that being alone doesn't mean being abandoned, and they'll begin to associate your absence with positive activities. So, after all this, let's answer the big question. Does your dog think about you when you're not home? The answer is a resounding yes. Dogs are deeply emotional creatures, and they create lasting bonds with their owners. They miss you when you're gone, and they remember you by the unique bond you share. From their ability to remember your scent to their emotional responses when you return, your dog's love and memory for you are more powerful than we sometimes realize. So, if you've ever felt guilty for leaving your dog or wondered if they missed you, know this: they do. And no matter how long you're apart, that connection will always remain strong. Don't forget to like and share it with other dog lovers who might need to hear this today. And if you want more heartwarming and insightful videos like this one, just hit the subscribe button so you never miss a moment of this wonderful journey with our dogs.